Okay. Thank you so much for joining the Kalila Connection. I hope your week is going well. If you haven't already, I do ask that you like and subscribe to my channel. And for those of you who come back weekly to join in to just fellowship with me, I thank you. I am on a spree, so I'm going to keep this thing going. Wow, I'm at it. So, what I want to talk to you today is the last conversation we were talking about credit counselors. So I wanted to come back on and continue a conversation with you about the credit counselors. So the last story I told you was about the one customer and their third party debt management company that they dealt with, that the customer had a $500,000 in the bank account, wasn't answering the phone, relied on the debt management company to manage their finances, called them, and he, like I said, totally cursed me out. Didn't care. Customer account charged off. Woohoo! And that was that. Next, what I did learn also about debt management companies that I wanted to share with you. So, this is when I did collections. I haven't done collections in a while. The last time I did collections was a summer pilot, like back in 2018. But most of the time, it a lot of this stuff still works the same way. But here's what I can tell you about a debt management company. When I was in collections, late stage collector, I got a lot of customers that when they were in the debt management plan, they felt the need that they could just disconnect from the credit card company for whatever reason. They felt like, hey, I went through this third party debt management company and I don't owe you anything else, and I'm paying them, right? This is what they're telling me now. I'm paying them. I don't owe you. Call my debt management. They've paid you already. And okay, we're sitting here looking like the money that, oh, let's tell you this. A lot of times when you go through those third party debt management companies and credit counseling companies, they will, when you first come on, they will have you pay them a minimum monthly payment. And they'll take all your credit cards and they'll consolidate them, right? And then they'll tell you, hey, how much money can you pay us a month? So they'll do your budget profile, and they'll do financial planning with you, and they'll come up with the number that, hey, whatever you say, hey, I can only afford to pay you $350 a month on this $25,000 credit card balance, and blah blah blah. So what the debt management or the third party credit counseling company will do, the money that you start to pay them monthly, they will put inside like a bank. We can just term it like an escrow account, right? Just for lack of better terms. And meanwhile, you're paying them, right? The credit counseling company. But initially, when you're first coming on, they haven't paid us anything. They haven't paid the bank anything. Mind you, it can be frustrating sometimes, only in the sense the frustration is coming from, I'm calling you to help you, but you're not listening to me because you put all your trust in this third party credit counseling company. You're saying you're paying them, but they haven't paid us a dime. So initially, they start off collecting your money. They're putting it in like an escrow to eventually be paid out, right? So for one, okay, they're not paying you. You're going delinquent. You're reporting to the credit bureau, especially if you're going to anything over 30 days or greater. You're getting fees, right? So another thing I want to just cut in really quick and tell you that, okay, so now you're getting fees. You're reporting to the credit bureau, and this is something you can do yourself. And I started educating my customers. Once I had talked to enough of those third party credit counseling men, I was like, they're not doing anything that you can't do. The only thing that they're doing is calling in and talking to the company, right? Talking to the financial institution and stating to the financial institution what your situation is at that time, which is something you can do. You don't need to pay anybody. You don't need anybody to speak to you. If you can pick up the phone and tell them what's going on with you, you're better off picking up the phone and calling the bank or calling the financial institution and negotiating and working out your own deal, because that's all they're doing. And you can cut a lot of that stuff down in the middleman, where you're not, when you initially think you're paying them and they're paying us and they're not, and you're racking up all these fees and you're reporting to the credit bureaus. You can save yourself some time, headache, and money by calling the company direct. Tell them what's going on in your life. Tell them whatever it is that you're going through. Let them know. Most likely they'll get you to a department. No one can never promise you what the company will be able to do, but they will assess your situation, connect you over to speak to someone, and then they'll see if there's anything that they can work out. Another thing I want to call out about the third party credit counseling companies, um, in lieu of where the customer get it confused, right? So then they end up thinking like the company owns us, like because almost like they hired a lawyer. I talked to my credit counselor and they're paying you. Okay, and I used to have to have a come to Jesus moment with my customers, and I have to tell them, ma'am, they don't own us. We are the entity ourselves. They don't tell us what to do. We tell them what we will accept. What happens is they send over a proposal and they say, hey, this is the situation, which again, this is something the customer could do themselves. You don't even need a proposal. All you need is your mouth. And you call in and tell us what's going on in your life, and we assess the situation and figure out what we can do. So anyway, the third party company sends over a proposal, right? And we either accept it or we don't. Again, all of this takes time. In the meantime, suppose we deny the proposal because there's not enough money. Also, the customer is paying into this escrow. At this point, let's just say they've accumulated enough money, the credit counselor, and now they're ready to distribute or disperse the funds to the financial institution. So they could be sending the financial institution $35. So you're getting a bill every month. More than likely, the customer is not looking at the bill. Sometimes the customers have turned the bill over to the credit counseling. Worst thing you can do, get your own bill, because you need to still see what's going on. Although you've hired someone to manage your finances, it is still your responsibility, because the debt management company have not signed the credit card terms. You did. So the fees that you're going to have to pay from being late, the credit bureau report, the impact from the credit bureau report, that's hitting you, not the financial institution and not the credit counseling company. So again, it is the customer's responsibility to take control over their finances and to manage their debt, no matter who you've paid, because I've seen countless number of times where customers have hired a third party debt management companies. And again, I am not against them. The only thing that I am saying to you or to customers or to people out there is that you have to make sure that you are stewarding your account. No matter who you've paid or who you thought you turned it over to, it is still your responsibility. In the conclusion that I've come to, and this is a fact out of talking to thousands of 29 years I've been on the phone. I probably talked to millions of customers by now. That's why sometimes my throat, first video, my throat, you're tired of talking. But I'm telling you, honestly, nobody's going to treat your account like your account. And then sometimes people, life is life. And so they got problems and issues just like you got. So it could be a day they don't care what charge off. Like I told you, the man I talked to, apparently he was having a bad day. For him to just curse me out like that, they're not caring what charges off. So again, we want to stress the importance of you taking control over your own finances, over your own debt, you being an active participant in your financial journey to eliminate debt. And a lot of these things, honestly, you can do yourself. You don't need a credit counselor to do. You can call. It's always good to call and get advice. Again, I'm not against it. Sometimes it may work for you. If you do it, all I'm saying is honestly, still open your bills. Make sure and talk to your credit card company. Make sure that the amount of money that they're paying is a sufficient amount, because a lot of times they're paying under, and they're calling the credit card company to see if they can settle on the account. Again, based on your situation, that's something you could have called the company and had a conversation about. So that's all for today. I have a continuation that I'll come back in, even when we're discussing, we might discuss settlements. So thank you for joining the Kalila Connection today. Again, I hope you're well. I hope you have a blessed week. I hope life is great for you. And as always, I'll talk to you the next time. Bye.